Hey guys, it's Taylor here again, aka Books and Bevies here on Instagram, and we are on week 2 of our Angel's Blood by NALINI SINGH read-along. So if you missed the first one, go back and watch it so you know where we are. We are talking chapters 14 through 24 today. So this was a really good bit, kind of takes us back to the hunt, gives us a lot of really good details about Elena and Raphael, and it is all around fucking fantastic. So let's dive in. If you remember from last week, we ended with Elena hiding out in the guild with Vivek, and she was hiding from Dimitri because she slit his throat. And she got in a fight with Raphael. So turn it around, Raphael is hunting her. He's hunting with all of her friends. I mean, he hunts down Sarah and forces her with mind control to tell him where Elena is. He finds Ransom. He knocks out Ransom's girlfriend, Nairi, and he, assaults Ransom and again uses mind control to figure out where Elena may be hiding from him because he is desperate to find her. And she has vacated guild premises after Sarah called her and is waiting for him at her apartment. So Raphael has gone what they call quiet with a capital Q, and essentially he is one scary motherfucker. He is cold is how they describe him. He basically seems to be absolutely emotionless. He is completely practical in all things and thinks through what best serves him and how to get what he needs and what is best for the Archangel. So he's really freaking scary, and seems to have absolutely no emotion. Elena immediately notes that he's not the Raphael. She knows he's not the Raphael she's coming to like. I mean, there's this really insane power dynamic that she's falling for him because he's so powerful, but when he's in the quiet, he is not himself at all. He is strictly Archangel. So he's holding Elena out over thin air after he blows out the windows to her apartment, and threatening her and torturing her with fear, which is absolutely fucking insane because just a chapter or two ago, he was claiming her and saying that she was his, and he's still claiming her and saying that she's his, but he's treating her like an object, not anything he actually cares about her feelings, because he doesn't have feelings in quiet. But it's really freaky. So because she doesn't know this Raphael at all, and she has no idea if he's going to hurt her or not, she has a gun that Vivek gave her that shoots through Angel's wings and renders them incapacitated for only about 10 minutes, especially someone of Raphael's power and age. It won't take long at all for him to heal. So she shoots him, gets away, makes this epic dive back into the apartment, rolls over, plans to run, and looks up, and he's just bleeding out. He's absolutely not healing. So he comes back like that from the quiet, but he's bleeding out. So she's freaking out about what the hell do I do, because you should be healing, and now you're, back to the Raphael I know. What the hell's going on? And she has to call Dimitri in, and Dimitri gets him, and of course they take her prisoner because she fucking shot the Archangel of New York, who these guys are sworn to protect. So they're really pissed off with her because, one, she shouldn't have been able to do that, so they don't know if she herself is a threat or if there was something different about this gun or what it may be. So they tie her to a chair and leave her there overnight. Of course, they feed her and stuff, and there's some Dimitri, sensuality moments because, Dimitri's one sexy man. Vampire, whatever. And she talks to Raphael mind to mind, and it's the first time that happens that she's accepting of it. So she accepts that they have this connection and that they can talk that way. And I wouldn't say she necessarily likes it, but she's relieved to know that he's okay and relieved to have that connection. She's also learned that she can shove him out of her mind. Now, it gives her a really bad headache. It's not something she likes doing, but she does have the power to shove him out, which is really cool because that means she can block him from her mind and he can't coerce her to do things like make out with him. That's a reasonable concern she has to have. So we get through all of this. Raphael heals, and it's all really fast. Like, it happens over the span of one night. Like, it's night when it happens. The next morning he's healed. And he wants to meet with her, and he tells Dimitri she's not going to be punished. He's like, this is between us. You need to just let everybody else know this was a super special circumstance. Anybody else who fucks with me is getting theirs. But this is between us, and this is purely, he's accepting in a way his responsibility for how she reacted to him, and what he did in the last chapters. We talked about how he kind of coerced her into making out with him and gave her these thoughts, and it was something she would have given him freely. Like, she would have freely given herself to him. She was really into him, and then he fucked it up, and it was an accident on his part, but he's still accepting that responsibility, which I think is super key to their dynamic, that he is insanely powerful, and she is so attracted to that power because she's a super strong, badass woman, and she's so used to human men not being able to take her on and not being able to even be on par with her. And she needs a man who can be on par with her own strength and who can, you know, be equals. But she's not there for him pulling that power play and, you know, ruling over her. She's not a toy. She's not a plaything. She wants to be his equal. And it's kind of the first time we're really seeing him accepting that dynamic as well, and really kind of trying to give her a little bit of what she needs, and letting her beat the shit out of him and not making her pay for it, which is what he should have done as an archangel, because they have to rule with that iron fist. So the next morning they go out, and it's kind of a repeat of the very first time they met. She goes out on the roof, and there's this big breakfast spread, but and they talk. They have this super duper sexy kiss with like angel dust, which is like orgasm in your mouth, like tastegasm, amazingness. And so he makes this special angel dust blend and like coats her skin so she's covered in him, and like everybody knows what she's been up to. And they have this super hot makeout session, and then it gets stopped. And he's like, I didn't think you were going to be a tease. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not a pushover, and you just left me chained up all night. Ain't happening. So they have this fun like byplay still going on, where it's like this give and take, and they're like each giving as good as they get, which I really, really love, and is so perfect for them. But right then we get pulled back into our main plot of Elena, the hunter, needing to hunt Urim. So we get pulled back into this, and Michaela shows up, which we don't see her, but she tells Raphael that she received 7 hearts as a gift that morning, which is crazy sauce. So Dimitri shows up at that same time to tell them there are 7 bodies that they found. So they have to go out and go to this old abandoned warehouse and see these bodies. They have been brutally mutilated, put back together, inappropriately hung up. I mean, it's absolutely awful and horrendous, and like something that's really hard to read, honestly. And the dripping of the blood is actually messing with Elena and the monsters that haunt her dreams. And so she's battling the past while she's battling the present. And it's really, really hard for her to stay there and stay on task and hunt this monster down. But she manages to do it. And in doing so, she actually finds that there is a woman who was there through it all. She's covered in blood, and she's hiding, and she made it out alive, which is crazy. But she can't find Urim. He has flown off, and she cannot track them while he flies. So that was absolutely crazy. You know, we go back after that, and, you know, you're really into it right now, so it's really hard to stop. Like, you don't want to stop reading. It was a really hard stopping point. But we kind of have this chapter next. It's Elena going back home, getting ready to continue the hunt, packing a go bag, and she finds her home is completely destroyed. So we've heard like bits and snippets of Elena's past, that her dad calls her abomination, that her dad kicked her out, she's not close with her sister. She has really, really crazy memories of like dripping blood and stuff. But we don't really know what happened yet. But we do realize at this point that she's never had a home. Like, this is her home, and that home means everything to her. And the fact that it's ruined and exposed and just completely devastated is really hard on her. And it really starts to drag her down and bring her down mentally. So hopefully we see some sort of resolution with her home in the next bit. I'm really, really excited to read her and Raphael finally getting together in the next bit. I'm ready for that, especially after that super passionate, super fucking sexy kiss. Because whoa, that was hot. I need more, like, now. So that was really good, but I really love this bit. I feel like we get a lot more backstory. We get a lot more with her and her friends. We get her and Raphael really kind of coming through some major differences and coming out on the other side, understanding each other, I think, a little bit better. And I'm really, really, really excited for the next bit. So I want to hear what you thought. I want to hear what you expect to see in the last few chapters, and kind of how you see this book going, and who your favorite character is so far. I love Elena. I think Elena is totally a badass, and I want to be her when I grow up. So she is my favorite. But who is your favorite? Do you have a favorite, like, main character, favorite side character? I am all for no side character left behind, and I think Nalini is too, which is awesome. And if you don't know, we are doing this read along for our breakup recovery kit. It is going to be really, really fantastic. The team is working directly with Nalini on several of the items, and I have a little spoiler that one of our favorite artists, Gabriella Pidoso, is actually designing something for this box. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and you don't want to miss out. So you should go ahead and go to bakrate.com and order your Archangels War recovery kit today, because it's going to be amazing. There are more details on the website, and we're definitely posting more teasers and stuff soon. So I can't wait to talk to you guys more about all of that. So I hope you guys have a great Saturday. I am out, and you have a good one. Bye.